What is happening, guys, and welcome back to another episode of the AFC Bournemouth career mode. And today I'm going to start the episode by talking to you guys about a few things. Firstly, what I kind of picked up on in the last episode was I want to get to January. I want to get to January soon, probably in the next couple of episodes. So looking here at the calendar kind of goes into the second thing I want to talk to you about, which is obviously now recording this, I have seen the Bournemouth versus Chelsea game, and oh my god, did we, in my eyes, make history by taking the game to Chelsea at the Bridge, keeping a clean sheet as well, while they've got, I wouldn't say a fully out there team, but they had the Hazard, they had Pedro, they had Kante, Rudiger, they even had Courtois back in net, and we kept a clean sheet, scored 3 goals, absolutely class act, which will lead on to the third thing I'm going to talk to you guys about, which I'll show you in a minute, because what better way to start this game than playing against Chelsea as our first game. Now, saying that, the first game I will be playing, and obviously that will be Chelsea, and that will go on to the other thing I'm going to show you in about a minute. But in today's episode, it's going to be a little bit different. I am going to, as I said, play Chelsea, and then we go and move on to November, where we have 4 games in November, all of which are arguably against similar caliber teams to us at the moment. Newcastle, Huddersfield, Swansea and Burnley. Now, I know a lot of you will not like this, but I'm going to simulate all 4 games just to skip over November, because then for the second game of the episode, guys, I will be playing Southampton. South Coast rivalry. We'll play it, and then in the next episode we will simulate again. We'll simulate Palace, play against Man U, simulate Liverpool, play Man City, so it'll be a Manchester episode, and then we're going to simulate West Ham and Everton, and then episode after we will be at the January transfer window. Now, a lot of you won't like that, and we probably will see us move down the table. It makes the series interesting, doesn't it, guys? And we get to the main part of why everybody watches career mode, and that is for the rebuilding of a team that you love. Now, I love Bournemouth, and I've got a load of ideas going into January, which I'm not going to tell you until we get there. But that's how it's going to be, guys. We are going to play 2 games today, simulate 4, 2 games tomorrow, and simulate 1, 2, 3, 4 again. So it's not too bad. Simulating 8 games out of 12, I think it is. If my maths wrong, I'm going to look like an idiot. But that's the main thing I wanted to talk to you guys, is about the simulation. Obviously, when we reach January, and if you guys don't like the simulation at January, I can stop the simulation, but at least we would have made it to the window. Now, moving on to the next thing I want to talk to you about, and I should probably mention, big shout out to Arsenal signing Aubameyang, because that is going to make Ultimate Team extremely interesting with Aubameyang and Premier League teams. Thought I had to mention it because Aubameyang looks amazing. But will he thrive under Wenger? Or will it be another big player crumbling under Wenger? We will not know until they play against Everton at the weekend. And that's even if he plays him. We don't know what's going to happen from now until then. But it looks positive signing. They've given him Thierry Henry's old number 14. He's going to be playing with his old pal Mkhitaryan. They've got Lacazette. They've got Ozil on a new contract. It's looking good. So I thought I'd mention that because I was watching when the transfer deadline day, and I thought Arsenal absolutely smashed it. But as you can see on screen, guys, I have taken the 5-2-3 formation and switched it up a bit to how Bournemouth played against Chelsea. It was more of a 3-4-2-1 we played, because obviously we had Ryan Fraser at the sort of right mid / right wing back role. But I've changed it up a bit to suit FIFA. FIFA doesn't like the 3 at the back. It hasn't liked it for a few years now. It likes the 5 at the back in some aspects. And what I've done is I've done what Bournemouth do. I've brought the wingers in towards the striker, so they're playing in the right forward, left forward position. And I've brought in someone who I have forgotten about in the series, haven't used him, and I absolutely adore him for Bournemouth. I think he's made the whole of the difference, bringing in, with him and Ibe both being extremely good at their through ball. To a player like Wilson, that is gold dust. Now, what I've done is I've kind of done this mainly just to represent Bournemouth and how amazing we played against Chelsea, and I thought we're going to play this formation against Chelsea and see how it works. I have switched up the team a little bit to how Bournemouth played against Chelsea. Obviously we sold Francis accidentally, I would say, and obviously I don't want to play Ryan Fraser at the defensive role, so I've brought Fraser onto the bench, ready for being a super sub. I was going to play Smith, but as you would have seen when I scrolled past the emails, Trent Alexander-Arnold has requested to play, and I think that's fair enough. He's been doing amazing in training, as you've seen. So we're going to play him at the right wing-back role. And the only difference is I sold Gosling, so I brought in Arta. So 3 differences if you include Alexander-Arnold. And obviously Wilson's injured, so King will be taking his place. Now, Stanislas is out of form, but I'm going to start with him. If it doesn't work, I will bring him off and bring on either Fraser or Gray or even Musonda. But we've got options, guys. So without further ado, let's jump in to the first game of the episode against Chelsea. I couldn't have asked for a better team to be playing against after the game. I think it was yesterday. It was yesterday. I think it was yesterday. All my days are mixed into one, guys. There we go. We're playing on world class still, so hopefully I can replicate the performance we did in real life and get the 3 points. Oh, there we go. Starting off strong, King. King, by the way, big shout out to him in the series. What an episode he had in the last episode for us. Absolutely on fire getting those goals against the big clubs. And I think him and I think it was Demarai Gray had a great episode as well. But obviously he doesn't fit the formation unless I didn't start Stanislas. And I thought I had to start Stanislas with the performance he put in against Chelsea. It would only have been right. Let's hope for a similar performance, guys. Oh, I thought we were going to start off strong, catching them on the counter-attack. It looks like they're starting... Is that Michi Batshuayi? I think they're starting... I could be wrong. But yeah, that's another one who's gone. He's gone to Dortmund in obviously the big triangle that has been Aubameyang, Sanchez and... Oh no, it hasn't. Sanchez wasn't in that triangle. Aubameyang was the... Oh, look at that. Stanislas putting for another through ball, like I mentioned at the beginning of the episode, guys. He's got a deadly through ball on him, in-game and in real life. But anyway, as I was saying, obviously Michi Batshuayi was in the triangle with Aubameyang, Giroud and himself. And yeah, it all worked out for the best, I guess. But I think Arsenal may have come out a little bit less, because I think they could have got a lot more for Giroud. Especially if you think how many goals Giroud actually scores. And then looking at someone like Walcott, who had been a little bit off form, you get 20 million for Walcott and only 18 for Giroud. I thought maybe Arsenal panicked a little bit with the Aubameyang deal coming in. I don't know. I think a lot of Arsenal fans would agree with me that they should have either kept Giroud or held out for more money. Because it's not like Chelsea don't have the money and they were desperate for a target man. I think they probably could have got a little bit better. But at the end of the day, I don't think they really care with Aubameyang coming in. But I just hope it doesn't spell the end for Lacazette. I think Lacazette is still yet to show what he's worth. But here we go. Batshuayi's putting our defence on a little bit of pressure, but nothing the Bournemouth defence can't handle. I see that through ball. There we go. Still think Arta should play more in real life, guys. I don't know what you guys think. And as King absolutely spoons it. I even put half power on that. Okay, closing down. Aki had a great game as well. Big shout out to him. A lot of people are going to give him hate for celebrating against Chelsea. But if you think about it, what did Chelsea really do for Ake's career? Apart from holding back, I would have said. I would have thought you'd... Yeah, all they did was loan him out. If anything, he owes more to Watford, because he had that loan spell at Watford where he really showed that he could play, even at the centre defensive mid role. He showed he could play there. Obviously, we opted to play him at centre back, so you know he did a great job against Chelsea. So I can't really complain. As Jordan I tests Eduardo. That's a bit of an odd choice of a goalkeeper for Chelsea there, playing Eduardo there. But yeah, I think Ake could play anywhere from midfield to defence and do a great job. I really rate him as a player. Good to see, guys, also that Chelsea are using Ethan Appardo, or whatever is that young centre-back that we were going to put in a bid for in the summer. I didn't think EA would program that in because I think he's rated quite low. But obviously they've added his potential into the game now, maybe. They're playing a lot of youngsters. And Chalobah there. Chalobah's playing for Chelsea. Did they recall him? Because as far as I know, he was playing for Watford.
Chelsea attacking here. Now Willian.
Looking a bit dodgy in defence now, but Charlie Daniels does well there. Ake don't want to get caught in possession. Lewis Cook finding that through ball. Can it reach him? Arthur does well to gain it. Oh, a little bit dodgy at the front there. Not 100% sure how I feel about Josh King's first touch, but it'll get better as he grows, I guess. Another thing that we could think about is King going to be a regular starter for Bournemouth now that our front three looks so deadly against Chelsea? I think he's going to struggle. I think he's really going to struggle to get in the team with Wilson fit. Because while Wilson's fit, he needs to be our starting striker. And if we're going to be playing that formation, which seemed to work, we're not going to need two strikers. Obviously, Benica Fobe leaving on loan to Wolves, and they've got an option to buy him at the end of the season. So if he does well for Wolves, I'm guessing they're going to initiate that clause in the contract. So that's one striker at the door. Obviously, we had the whole thing of recalling Graben just to cash in on him. We recall him and then loan him out again. I really don't understand what happened there. It's business. Oh, look at that, guys. Just as I was slagging off King's first touch, he makes it 1-0. Now, the aim for this is to get a 3-0 win like we did in real life, and that would really be the icing on the cake. But anyway, as I was saying, guys, Graben being recalled so we could cash in on him. We were looking at between 10 and 15 million for him because of his form in the Championship. No offer really came in. A lot of clubs in the Championship, I think, were struggling to find that money, and the ones that did have the money probably didn't need him. So maybe a little bit of something that hasn't really been aired. I think I did read, actually, in bringing it up, that Graben actually wasn't happy at Sunderland. Now, if that's the case, then fair play. Oh, Stanislas! Woo! Making a claim that he needs to be in this team, guys. This is an out of form Stanislas on this career mode, guys. Smacking one in the top corner. Now, that's the difference between him and Charlie Musonda. Stanislas has got that in the locker. He can finish them. And you know what? That is really similar to the way our front three was against Chelsea. The quick 1-2s between the front three to work in between the defenders absolutely was the key behind the Bournemouth win. And Wilson leaking what the tactics was, exploiting Gary Cahill at the back. And if you watched it back, the first two goals especially all came from a ball around Gary Cahill, and Gary Cahill not having the legs to catch up with the pace of our front three. Absolutely genius from Callum Wilson, and obviously I'm guessing it was Eddie Howe that implemented it as Lewis Cook buries another. We are flying, guys. Absolutely flying. The formation is working totally. And I tell you what, switching the 5-2-3 to the narrow 3 at the front has been incredible. Every single player, all like, what's the word? All like tight together, so the 1-2s come easily and they can release each other around the defense. Absolutely incredible. It works in real life and it works in the game, guys. If you want to go try this out, if you play career mode, try it. 5-2-3, then change the position of the right wing and the left wing to come in a little bit closer to the striker. Switch them to left forward, right forward, and put them all with your front three to stay forward. No, I think it's a stay tight and get in behind. Works wonders, guys. Stanislas, quick pass down to Daniels. Another thing when you're playing 5 at the back, don't set your fullbacks to stay back while attacking. Make them stay as balanced, because you want a little bit of width. Obviously, if you're going to play a narrow front three, you want a little bit of overlap, but not much. Obviously, if you can set it to defensive, they don't come forward. You don't want to lose the option. That's what I'm trying to say. Guys, I honestly thought we'd struggle.
Coming really deep as a forward to
been a couple of days since I played FIFA, but obviously watching Bournemouth, and I've got a little bit of, like, starting with the formation at least, I had a few ideas coming into this episode of what I wanted to try to see if it works on the game, and it obviously does.
Hazard.
We've really kept Hazard quiet as well in this. I might even have to think about changing the difficulty if it carries on like this, guys. Oof, almost. Arter! Oh! I trusted Arter on his weak foot there, guys. Obviously, he's got that 5-star weak foot, so it shouldn't have been a problem. Maybe if I tried it on a strong foot, it might have gone in the back of the net. I don't know. It was off balance. I'll let him off. I would love to know also, guys, why Eddie Howe is not playing Harry Arter. It's like, it blows my mind if you've got someone of Harry Arter's quality in the midfield and you choose to play Dan Gosling. Obviously, it was Dan Gosling's birthday the day after the game, so maybe it would have been a little bit unfair dropping him. But I just don't think Dan Gosling is on the same calibre as Harry Arter. We didn't have clubs like West Ham and I don't know, I think a few of the top teams were actually interested in Harry Arter as well. Obviously, being a box-to-box midfielder and his work rate is incredible. You know, no interest came in like that for Dan Gosling, but it did for Harry Arter. So if we've got a player like that who's making it known that he's got interest elsewhere, why wouldn't you play him? Obviously, I can't really slag off the system because it's working. We took down Chelsea, but I would love to see Arter get more game time. I don't want to lose him. That's the problem. If we don't give him game time, he's going to go somewhere where he's going to get game time. It's just common logic. And I wouldn't want to lose someone if, you know, who puts in 110% every time he plays. Chambers to Trent. See, look at that. He made the run in behind, guys.
Much of a match-up between the two sides,
which leads to that. Look at that. Stanislas' shot is so underrated. You know, 74 rated player, and he's hitting shots with power. Oh, we nearly curled one in the back of the net there. Does Eduardo still play for Chelsea in real life, guys, or have they got rid of him? Because I don't remember the last time I saw him on a pitch.
But the goalkeeper, no wonder he's getting pats on the back.
Getting forward well as a team now.
Trying to think of other things that happened on deadline day that I could talk about. There wasn't much in the way of big transfers on deadline day. I think it was kind of all about the Aubameyang deal. Everything highlighted the Aubameyang deal. Like, the Aubameyang deal was incredible, and it could be up there with the Luis Suarez deal in January as one of the best January transfers that I've seen. But all the other stuff was little teams, you know, getting their youngsters in, a lot of loan deals. Completely forgot to even celebrate the win we just got over Chelsea there, guys. I didn't even completely cross my mind. I was just thinking about all the deadline day deals. I can't remember off the top of my head. I bet there's one really obvious one that I've completely forgot about there.
Manchester City 1. Let's have a look at what those results mean for tonight.
Honestly, I can't remember. I know, obviously, I don't know if it happened on deadline day, guys, but obviously, Man City, they've recruited a new centre-back, Aymeric Laporte. He looked very good, very good in his game that he played. Also, the
fourth,
Sturridge deal,
moving
that's another
down,
one. He's gone on loan to
Everton
West
with
Brom.
18
There's a
points.
few deals. It's going to be strange. Very strange. Sturridge and Giroud, seeing them play in different jerseys. I never thought they would leave their respective clubs. There you go. Trent's very happy. Thank you very much, Trent. Anyway, that's enough with deadline day. Deadline day's done. What we're doing now, guys, is we're moving on to the first simulation. I'm quite excited to see how my team performs, actually. I'm not going to change anything. Corey Jordan, transfer hub. It's one of our youngsters, guys. He hasn't got a face. His value is 350, and they have put in a 310. Quick negotiation. I'm going to ask for 500. No, you know what? 480. It's no face. I'm not really going to make any much. Propose new. 480. What are we saying? 390. That's more than he's valued, except boom, done. There you go. Another player off the wage budget, guys. Very nice. Very nice indeed. Now, first simulation, guys, is going to come up against Newcastle. Josh King there being player of the month. Youth squad monthly report. So these are all of ours. These are our guys. Now, he looks like he is a flop, and I am going to release him. This guy looks incredible, and of course he's an English talent. Aidan Thomas, centre attacking mid, 5'7", potential between 73 and 93. He's 16, so I could actually sign him up. I'm going to add him to our training. I'm going to leave him in the youth thing for now. He could come good. We're going to leave him. This one has a better potential, and he's got a better overall, but he is a year older. He's a right mid. He looks like he could have some pace in the future, but it's going to come with a lot of training. This guy is another flop. So is this guy. And that is the biggest flop I've seen yet. So we've got three very plausible... they're all attacking options, aren't they? Yeah. One right mid and two cams. Now, I think we're going to end up releasing this guy, guys, but just for the sake that we've got this guy here and he's English. So, all good news so far, guys. I didn't see the Brad Smith thing there, but I'm not that interested. He's probably sold, but we'll take a look when we go back to the office. Just want to get these simulations done. Brad Smith, yeah, he's sold. That's fine. Paraguay, I am not interested in joining your team. And Musanda's going, he's got a Belgium call up. Nice. Arta's been called up to Ireland, and Ake has been called up to the Netherlands. All good news. So, I'm going to leave the team. Good win over Chelsea. There's no need to change the team. And let's see how the boys get on. Right, it started. Come on. 10 minutes score, nothing's happened. Cook's got a yellow. 25 minutes, still nothing's happened. Taking a look at the Newcastle team, doesn't look like they've done much business, but we have gone 1-0 down. Mitrovic, what? Come on. Oh, Cook's been sent off. There's Ibe, yes. Come on. One more. Is it going to be a draw? Alright, guys. Could have been better, could have been a lot worse. I'll take a draw. That's not the worst thing I've seen today. Going to load up the previous session, and because Chambers is getting so much game time, I'm going to call up Mr. Thomas here, and I'm going to make him train up with agility, ball control, and dribbling, maybe? No, let's get his stamina up as well. There we go, dribble possession, right. Simulate all. How does he get on in his first training session with the main team? A D, okay. That's not bad. Could have been a lot worse. I'm excited for Thomas, guys. I think Thomas could be a good player. Right. Coming up to the next simulation, I'm kind of tempted to change things up. Obviously, I'm going to have to drop Cook for this one, which is a bit of a shame. Transfer off of Ollie Harfield. You know, there's a lot. Oh, Corey Jordan's talks was broken down as well. What a waste of time.
In third, the former leaders, Liverpool with 20 points.
You know what?
In fourth,
they've offered 5k. You know what? I accept. I don't care. honestly don't care. I'm not going to waste my time on these players, guys. Let's get rid of all of this. Right, player returns. Callum Wilson is back, guys. That's huge. That is really, really huge. Obviously, Cook's going to miss the next game, which is a shame because he's our captain. No, I don't want to quit. Right, let's take a look at the team. Am I going to keep this formation? I really want to keep this formation. I'm going to drop Stanislas for Musonda. You know what? No, I'm going to try Gray for the next game, and I'm going to give Mings some game time and bring... Ooh, who do I bring? Let's bring Sessegnon. If in doubt, bring Sessegnon. He's grown up to a nice 70 rated player. I'm also going to give Smith game time for this. Go back to basics. Yeah, I like the look of that, guys. I think this team could do damage. Oh, did I leave Cook on the bench? Oh, is it because of the... Oh, right, okay. Hopefully the players will be ready for action and be back from their international duties, ready for the Huddersfield game. Load previous session and simulate. See how Thomas gets on in his second training session. Yeah, there we go. He's up to a 50 rated player. His dribbling and ball control have both been improved. His agility is incredible, by the way, guys, just to mention. Right, come on, Huddersfield. I feel like a positive result from Huddersfield. Really we're down to 5th. I think we were 2nd before that game against Newcastle. I'm not going to manage India. Are you mad? Come on, don't be... Right, there's some youth scout reports, guys. A lot of youth scout reports. Let's take a quick look. Right, not interested in him. There we go. Another attacker as well. He could be a... You know what, sign him up. 89. Let's just let... We've got a lot of attacking options. Let's leave him to be scouted a little bit further. That's fine. Faceless, really. Reject. And reject. Wow. That was poor. That was honestly poor. Reject him. Reject him. Reject him. That's better. Much better. Sign him up. This is good, guys. There's 2 players there. And we'll leave him to be scouted a little bit longer. And transfer for... Oh, honestly, guys. All these little transfer... I'm really not interested. Right. So we did the team. Let's see how they get on. It's a good lineup. It's a strong lineup. It's giving Gray another opportunity to shine. On the wing this time. So a little bit different to how we've been playing before. And we've gone 1-0 down again. That's more like it. King. Oh, I forgot to put... Probably better not to rush Wilson back. I did forget him to put on the bench. I was going to put him on the bench for this game. There we go, Arta. Come on. 2-1. Come on. Come on. Come on. Should we snatch another just to get that cushion? Come on, boys. 2-1 win will do. Very nice. We saw out the victory there. That's another 3 points on the board. Beautiful.
Bournemouth 2, Huddersfield.
Is that Theo Walcott?
Brighton and Hove
Gone to
Albion
Watford.
2,
Nice.
Stoke
But Watford
City
did get De La
2,
Fey. That's another one I forgot about, guys.
1, Swansea City 1.
Big
Crystal
move for
Palace,
Watford.
1.
They've got a nice
Everton,
front three,
3.
I'll tell you that much.
Leicester
Watford
City,
have signed
1.
De La
Manchester
Fey, who's
City,
going to play on the
1.
right, I'm guessing. They've got
Liverpool,
Richarlison on the
1.
left and
Southampton,
Andre
0.
Gray through the middle. That's incredible
Watford,
front three.
2. West Ham United,
Be interesting
2.
to see how they link up.
West Bromwich Albion,
But going
1.
into the next game
Chelsea,
of
1.
simulation, guys, I'm going to
So
drop
what do those results
Sessegnon.
mean to the league
I'm
table?
going to bring
At
back
the top of the
Cook.
table, we have new leaders
I
in
am going to
Liverpool
bring
with
back
24
Wilson.
points. In second, the former leaders.
Wilson's going to
West
stay on the
Bromwich
bench
Albion
until we
with 23
play a
points.
game for
In
ourselves
third,
to get
rising
his
up the
form up.
table
I'm not
are
going to trust the
with 23
AI
points.
to get me results.
fourth,
I want to see how he
are
plays
Arsenal with
in this new
22
formation of ours
In
for
fifth,
myself.
moving down,
Now,
are
looking
Everton
at how
with
long this
21.
episode's going on, guys, I am going to play the Southampton game next time. That does mean I'm going to simulate one of the Manchester games. It will probably be United. I'm probably going to simulate United and play City just for the simple fact that City are top of the league and I would love to play the league leaders. Obviously not in this, but in real life. So, personal preference, but we'll see how we get on. Now, Swansea is a difficult one. How are they lining up? They've brought in Pabon. I don't know if you guys remember him. The Colombian was a bit of an ultimate team cheat beast at one point. Extremely decent player. I did leave Gray in the lineup. I didn't actually mean to do that, guys. I was going to give Musonda a run out. So sorry about that. But it looks like Smith's picked up an injury. I don't think it's serious because he has stayed on. Hopefully he'll be able to shake it off. It looks like it's going to be a 0-0. Is it going to be a 0-0? It is not. Wow, guys. I had a feeling. How strange is that? That Bonnie wears number 2 as a striker. I've only just realised that. But that is a loss, guys. Now, I know a lot of you are going to be sat at home thinking, oh, for goodness sake, you could have won that game. But it makes the series more interesting. I don't want to go and win the league. Come on. Are we really going to be like that? We probably might go on and win the league, guys. I'm not going to lie. Oh, that would be nice. But honestly, it's not realistic. And I am about the realistic life. I do like to make these series a little bit realistic because it's me doing what I would do in real life. These are probably the sort of moves I would do in real life, like bringing Demarai Gray. Kouyaté, I might not have jumped into that sort of move, but it looks like Trent Alexander-Arnold is going to get a run out, guys, because Adam Smith is out for 6 weeks. Brilliant. Ollie Harfield's talks are gone. We're not on... What? How are we not on track? How are we not on track? How are they going to say they want to finish mid-table? I completely forgot about this. Sign 1 youth player to the senior team. Should we just do that? Will that get them off my back? Oh dear. Right, Stanislas is playing the next game. Guys, I don't want to lose him. And no, you're not playing. Right. What I'm going to do is I'm quickly going to go to my youth team, guys, because I don't want the board on my back. And where is my guy? Here he is. Aiden Thomas, I'm going to sign up to the senior team. I just got a good feeling about him. This guy is probably better, but I've got a good feeling about that centre attacking mid. And he is from England, so we want that English talent. Are they off my back now? Sign 1 in the same season they were scouted. Play them in 1 match, either as part of the starting 11 or coming on sub. Okay. It's a very low priority, so I don't think it's going to get them off my back, but I don't understand their problem with me. I've got the team to the top 5. I mean, come on. Right. Last thing, guys, is I'm going to do that, and I'm going to do that for this game. Rotate the team a little bit. And we're going to simulate the game against West Ham, was it? No, Burnley. Oh, gosh. In a world of my own, guys. Right, come on. Let's end the episode on a high. You know what? I'm going to skip this one, guys. 3, 2, 1. There it is. Ivan King getting the winning goals. Our defence is very shaky, especially for having 5 at the back. We're conceding every single time we simulate. So maybe that's something we address in the January transfer window, guys.
Hull City 2,
let's see.
Manchester United
right, so we've got the Southampton game coming up. Do I just simulate the Southampton game?
Town, 1.
And then play the Manchester ones in the next episode?
1. Brighton and Hove Albion,
China
1.
want me.
Crystal Palace,
Reject.
1. Leicester City 1. Tottenham Hotspur.
Right, guys,
1.
I'm going to
West
leave the episode there. I'm going to go away and have a think. I'm
Newcastle
probably going to
United,
simulate
2.
the Southampton game, you know.
Let's see what that
Let's
means
praise
for
the
league
Bournemouth
table.
boys because we won that game.
Top of the table,
And
we
suspension's
have
over.
new
Steve
leaders
Cook's
in
back.
Bournemouth with
And
26 points.
thanks for watching, guys. And until next episode,
24 points.
have a great day.
Third, the
And I'll
former
see you
leaders,
then.
Liverpool,
Peace, guys.
24